How safe is YouTube Kids really? How did we even get here? The internet has been with us for years. It has changed a lot since it was first made, and now we use it in our everyday lives. The internet is now relied on for most everyday tasks, from checking the time, seeing what celebrity has posted what controversial statement, to what's the best route to take to work. Especially during COVID, internet usage had reportedly increased by 70%. The impacting presence of screen time in our lives has altered the way humans interact with one another, transformed the way a child learns and explores the environment, and extensive research has shown longer hours of screen time are negatively associated with healthy development. My research is dedicated to understanding screen time's effects on child's brain development of ages 5 to 8, emotional and psychosocial development of a child, and to investigate into the problematic history and the concerns that still lurk within one of the internet's most renowned children's education apps, YouTube Kids. The brain, one of the most complex computers known to man. It holds a network of systems that help you memorize, calculate, evaluate, and make you, you. During the first few years of a person's life, the young brain begins to learn about language comprehension, speech, motor skills, understanding of emotions, and social norms. A 5 to 8-year-old child's main area of development is language comprehension and socializing. During social scenarios, they can identify and follow along with cooperative play and developing ideas of what fair is and what isn't fair. This can be impacted by screen time. When a developing mind is exposed to the internet, something called the dopamine effect occurs. The dopamine effect is when the achievement feel-good hormone is released, except due to the never-ending stimuli, it is constant, which creates poor impulse control. This is very similar, and sometimes even the same psychological response as other addictions the brain may face. It is unknown what long-term effects this amount of exposure will result in. The maximum recommended amount of screen time for a 5 to 8-year-old is 1 hour per day. Studies have shown that longer than the recommended hour per day increase risks of obesity, speech delay, lead to problematic emotional regulation, exacerbation of attention deficit disorders, and academic problems. Studies have also shown that children who spend more than 2 hours per day on screen time activities score lower on language and thinking tests. As the internet becomes more and more relied upon by parents and caregivers to keep a child busy, the impact on child development will become more prominent. YouTube. It is a Google-owned company that resides on the internet. Its purpose is to allow a platform both creators on the website and the company itself can make money for its viewers. Within YouTube, there is an algorithm that supplies content to the viewers based on what they have already watched, what is popular, and what is similar to the original content. Not all of the content is for children, so YouTube Kids was made. According to YouTube Kids developers, it will help filter content and create more comfort for families. YouTube Kids was released on February 15th, 2015. In just 2 years, it earned a whopping 10 million downloads on the App Store. 3 months later, the reports began on inappropriate content. Today.com released an article about family violence, jokes about drug use, advertising for alcohol products, pornography, and child suicide within the app. This sparked a filing complaint with 2 consumer advocacy groups in the USA to the Federal Trade Commission. When it was discovered, a Google spokesperson made the response. We work to make the videos in YouTube Kids as family-friendly as possible and take feedback very seriously. We appreciate people drawing problematic content to our attention and make it possible for anyone to flag a video. On August 2016, Today.com released another report regarding inappropriate content. The content was more subtle, hiding behind familiar cartoon characters, but still ended up being harmful with similar themes. Again, in 2017 to 2019, there was more videos circling around graphic images regarding Mickey Mouse and his family shooting each other in the head with guns, Paw Patrol characters committing suicide, Peppa Pig, and age-inappropriate content of Spider-Man and Elsa. Even with all this put aside, there's still concerns about the low-quality content being pumped out. Majority is computer-generated animations to nursery rhymes with quick cuts, repetitive motions, and lazy special effects to keep a child glued. So, how is YouTube Kids now? I set up an investigation to explore the app by allowing the algorithm to provide me new content as a 5 to 8 year old child. I watched YouTube Kids for 1 hour per night for a week using the current screen time recommendations. The results end up being problematic. I was able to watch 35 videos within the week, which was 5 videos per day. That isn't concerning, right? It was the content that was concerning. I categorized the videos into 4 groups, each having their own subgroups. Group 1 was uneducational. Uneducational content that had no actual value within the video. It is usually videos that are low quality, pose no educational value, and repetitive. Group 2 was adult content. This consisted of definitively harmful, potentially dangerous, sexual references, and 18 plus content. Group 3 was misleading. Content that is stereotypical within the videos, or titles or thumbnails that are exaggerating or deliberately eye-catching to be misleading. Group 4 was addiction. This was videos that included sensory-related content to keep kids appealed, consumerism, and advertising. 68% of the videos included uneducational content, 71% of videos included adult content, 37% of videos included misleading content, and 65% of videos had addictive natures to it. This is the reality of YouTube Kids. The fact is, this is nothing new. The algorithm recommended this content for me, and this is what I found from it. Over half of the content was produced for children was low graphic quality. 41% of it was noted as not educational, and 15% was recycled from older content. Adult content scored the highest out of the group, with 71%. This is unbelievable for a children's education and entertainment app. 51% was definitive harmful content, such as kidnapping babies and threatening to eat them, and a video called Pregnant Baby Leah in a Coma, which talks about a gruesome event a mother was in, which her daughter then prays to sweet Jesus, and asks for viewers to pray to God mummy's okay, when her heart stops. 48% was potentially harmful content. For instance, a video of a woman trapped underwater with no visible air pockets to breathe, and college hacks videos teaching kids what to do when cheating, using elaborate methods and dangerous items like hot glue guns and box cutters, which had no voiceover to tell them to get a parent's assistance. 8% had sexual references, which included suggestive thumbnails of women, and 22% included 18 plus. One of which, the more notable, being a man wants a baby, but the wife doesn't, so he prays to God to intervene so they can have a child. In misleading, 25% of videos included stereotypes that could potentially influence a child negatively. Examples of these range from new kid gets bullied at school, rich equals happy and poor equals sad, to dressing up as stereotypical Mexican street performers. Among the 35 videos, 8% had a misleading title or thumbnail that was completely different or exaggerated version of the content. With addiction taking up 65% of videos, 40% of videos included overstimulation with sensory effects, may that be the use of sounds, music, special effects, or sound effects. In a showcase of a game, there was a constant reward sound for when the player touched an item in front of them to keep the child hooked. The consumerism within the video included unboxing items, surprise eggs, showcasing bread and clothing, and actively buying products was up at 34% of all videos. 31% included some form of advertising in their channel, including telling kids to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Another notable time is when quite a few channels added their Instagram to promote to their audience. Instagram is a 13 plus app, which is not appropriate to 5 to 8 year olds. So, how safe is YouTube Kids really? Even following the guidelines for 1 hour per day, I was still able to find myself in a rabbit hole of content that is not appropriate for children. The point of YouTube Kids is to make money only ever off the child viewing their content. There are solutions for children, such as approving what your child watches using a Trust Channels feature, preview content, set a digital curfew hour, talk to your kids about what is real and what is fake, hear what they have to say and reach out to them. But how can it be prevented though? How do you stop this from happening? Find something other than quick solutions. YouTube Kids is a quick but problematic solution. This is the reality. YouTube is a company that is there to keep its audience's attention. The second the viewer looks away, they are losing money. That is why it is made to be a quick solution. This research has been to learn about the truth, and that is that it isn't just screen time we have to worry about, it's the content that has been shown to us as well.